Morning. Hi. Happy Sunday. Good morning. How are you all today? I just want to say I'm really thankful for this because it gives me the opportunity to actually do my hair, do my makeup, and put on some proper clothes. And oh my God, there go my dogs saying good morning. Sorry. Anyway, I hope you guys are all great and you're excited and you've got your things ready. I've got my layout out. I've got my sketch sheet here for you. Again, this is the same thing I'll post like I did last week. So that is there. This is the layout that I created based on the sketch. So I'll let you guys see that. Oh, there you go. And I had a couple of requests to do it. One thing that I do when I'm teaching this in person with you is I go through all the measurements first, and I didn't do that last week. So that was a request for some ladies that have been in my classes before. And I think I'm going to do that because that gives you the opportunity, if you're a little bit of a quicker scrapbooker or you just want to get going, it'll give you the opportunity. So I think I'm going to go through the measurements first as well, like I normally would, and then I will go slowly. That was another comment, is if I could slow down a little bit. But again, not too much because these are not meant to be slow. I'm going to give you like the quarantine version, and then if we ever go back together in a classroom, you guys are going to be sweating and you're not going to remember how to do it quick. So I will slow down a little bit, but not too much. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Linda. Hi, Robin, Cheryl, Lara. Yes, you found me, Lara. Morning, Wendy. Nice to see you. Okay, so let's just get started. So the sketch that we gave you was this one right here. And this journal card in here, this is one of my new journal cards. So you can download this off my website for free. The Stay Home, Stay Healthy. I'm not using that in the layout that I'm doing today, but that we use that in our sketch. And you can download that if you like, along with, I think there's 3 or 4 other ones up there. Hi, Emma. Do you want to come and say hello? Emma's with me again this morning.
Morning.
Again, you're giving her the opportunity. We just don't do this, the whole makeup and dressing thing. So
no,
thanks for giving us the opportunity, you guys. Once a week, that's good. Okay, so for this sketch that we asked you to use, we had a 12 by 12 cardstock for the base, another cardstock for photo mats, another cardstock, 2 12 by 12 pattern papers, minimum 2 1 by 12 strips of pattern paper. You're going to see in there as well when we do this where we can use chip strips or washi tape in place of those strips as well. 2 minimum 4 by 4 pattern papers, and a 3 by 4 journal card. You can use a photo in place. This is where the journal card is. You can use a photo if you'd like as well. That's a 3 by 4. And then your embellishments. And then our photos are 3 3 by 4s and 2 2 by 2s as well. You can adjust the photo sizes on this a little bit if you want. It's not going to look the same, which doesn't matter at all. It's your layout. It's just based on mine. But yeah, if you want to adjust the sizes, you can totally do that too. Good morning, everyone. Oh, hi, look at you all. There's so many of you, Melinda and Andy. Oh, hey, Andy. Coralie, Kathy, Alicia, Janine, Carrie. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all ready to go. For those of you that have just joined, what I said what I was going to do is very much like I do in a regular classroom setting, which I did not do last week, is I actually go through all of the measurements first. So I go through the sketch, what I asked you to collect, and then I go through all of the measurements first, and then I go on, and I'm going to do a step-by-step. So I am going to do that for those of you that do want to move a little bit quicker, because I do want to go a little bit slower for some of you. I had quite a few of you request a slowdown, but I did say I'm not going to slow down too much, okay? I can't let you guys get too slow because you'll never get fast again. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to give you these measurements first, okay? We'll go through the entire layout. So if you've got a scrap paper or a pen there, go ahead and you can mark these down if you're wanting to just kind of move ahead at your own pace. And if you want to just do it right along with me, I've got all of my pieces cut. I'm going to make this with you step by step as well. So don't feel like you have to move ahead and go quickly and write these down. Don't panic if you don't want to, okay? Those of you that want to, here we go. You've got a 12 by 12 cardstock base. So mine is black. You can see that there. So black cardstock base. The next piece you're going to cut is that red. You can see it's like an 1/8 of an inch red all the way around. That's 11¼ by 11¼ Good morning, Jasmine. Hey, Tam. Hey, Trina. Hey, Debbie. Okay, 12 by 12 cardstock base, 11¼ by 11¼ is your red. The next piece you're going to put down is the white cardstock that you see all the way around. Okay, the white cardstock is 11 by 11. Okay, 11 by 11. Those are just centered on top of your base. So your red paper down, then the white paper down. Okay, the next piece that you're going to cut, this is a typo that I noticed last night. I said 2 minimum 4x4 pieces. We are cutting this one up here to 4x6. So if you've already pre-cut your paper, I don't know why you would have, but if you don't have a big enough, the 4x4 is fine. But your first piece of pattern you're going to put down is this white with this words here. And it's 4x6. Can somebody tell me, is this glitching on your side? Like, is the screen flashing on your side? Just somebody type it and tell me yes or no, because it's glitching on our end. Maybe just somebody let me know whether or not your screen is kind of clicking in and out. Anyway, so this is a 4x6 paper. You're going to go ahead and adhere that 1 inch in from the left and 1 inch down from the top. So it's 1 inch in from the left of your base, 1 inch down from the top. No, not glitching. Okay, thanks, guys. Thank you. So that first pattern paper, 1 inch in from the left, 1 inch down from the top, okay? And it's from the base. So not from like your white cardstock or anything. So in from the edge of your base. You're gonna put that one down first. The next piece you're gonna put is this big colored heart piece that you see kind of all the way around here. That big piece is 7 3/4 horizontal, so side to side, and 8 vertical. 7 3/4 horizontal by 8 vertical. That one is the same, 1 inch in from the right edge and 1 inch up from the bottom. It does overlap this first one. You'll see it kind of right in here behind these pictures of Scott. Which, by the way, all these were from our trip to California in November, which was our first vacation together, just the two of us, in 8 years, if you can believe it. Apparently, we really like children and we take them everywhere with us, but we went away by ourselves. So I took a ton of photos of Scott without children, which there are not a lot of photos of him and I without our children. Anyway, 7 3/4 horizontal by 8 vertical. Okay, 1 inch in from the right, 1 inch up from the bottom, and it overlaps this first one right in this area here. Okay. Okay. Now hearing some glitching.
Does this number keep changing? Like it keeps decreasing?
I'm not really sure. Can you hear me? Yes or no? Yes, you can hear me? Okay. Maybe turn the volume up a little bit. Okay. Okay, so we're going to finish up this, and then you guys, those of you that are wanting to move ahead, go ahead, and then I'm going to go back to the very beginning and I'm going to create this with you. Okay, so I'm just teaching this as though you were in my class. So I'm giving you all the measurements first. Those of you that are just joining now, giving you all the measurements first, which is what I do when you're in the workshop with me in person. Those of you that want to move on, go ahead, but then I'm going to go back and I'm going to start from the very beginning again. Okay, awesome. Okay, you can hear me. Awesome, thanks guys. Okay, so then so far you've got your base, your red, your white, this pattern right here, this big colored hearts pattern. And the next thing you're going to do is start putting your photos on. So I've matted all my photos, 1/4 inch larger than the size of my photo. So 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 is the size of my 3 mats. And then 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 is the size of my smaller mats. All my photos are flat on my bases, but I did raise a couple of them up. That's going to be optional for you. When you put them down, you're going to start with your first photo. I started with this one and I did raise it. And I want to tell you exactly where that's at, okay? So that one is 2 inches down from the top and it's 3/4 of an inch in from the left, okay? 2 down from the top, 3/4 of an inch in from the left of your base. It's raised and you can see how it is slightly off the edge of this piece right here. Did you guys notice I changed my nail color? total squirrel. But anyway, change my nail color. Right off the edge of this piece, okay? And it does overlap your big heart piece here. So that's going to be your starting point for your photos. Once you get that one down, optional to raise or lay down, it's up to you. Then it gives you the spot for everything else. So then these two are flat. When you put those down, these two strips, you got one that's 1 inch and one that's like a 1/4 of an inch or a 1/2 inch, up to you, washi tape, pattern paper, whatever you want. Those are flat and they're by 11. So they're only going the width of your white cardstock. But you can see that this photo is slightly underneath this top strip, okay? My 2x2s are raised. Obviously you can see that they overlap in that corner there. Sorry, I'm tipping. And then my journal card on this side, that's where that other pattern paper, that 4x4 pattern paper came in. So I cut it to 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So like I said, those measurements are a little off. So I'm sure you've got tons of pattern paper. You can make that adjustment. But I've just matted my journal card on a pattern paper. Okay, so 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, it's flat. Okay, and it's 1 inch in from the right. I'm just going to give you the exact from the top, and 3 1/2 down from the top. Okay, so that's a super quick overview for those of you that want to move forward. Now let's start at the beginning, okay? Let's do this together. So all of you that are wanting to scrapbook, take a deep breath, and let's start from the beginning, okay? So beginning is your cardstock base, okay? Cardstock base. Your next piece, the first piece you're going to cut, is 11 1/4 by 11 1/4. Okay, 11 1/4 by 11 1/4. I already pre-sanded my edges. If you want to sand your edges, you can. That's totally up to you. If you want to ink, if you're an inker, that's up to you too. Okay, 11 1/4 by 11 1/4, and center that on your base. Okay, so you're going to have really nice border all the way around your edges. 11 1/4 by 11 1/4 pattern paper on your base. Okay, got it? Good morning. Thank you for the measurements first. That was great. You're welcome, Lindsay. What else? A couple more questions. Oh, good. Glitching is minimal. I'm really not sure why, to be honest with you. The weather's kind of crummy today out there, but okay. It looks like we're good. Looks like we're on the right track. Your next piece is going to be another cardstock. So this is my black one. It's 11 by 11. Okay, so just 11 by 11. And let's get another adhesive here. So 11 by 11. Oops. Love when these don't work as they're supposed to. Good thing I'm not the manufacturer, but. Okay. Okay. 11 by 11 on my cardstock. And that's going to be centered on top of your last piece. So now this is where your smaller pattern papers, those tight patterns, tone on tones, things like that, that's where these come in really handy. You're not showing much, but you do want to see some kind of a pattern. Okay. See that? So 11 by 11 on top of that pattern paper. Did I ever cut my, Gail, I'm not sure what that, did I ever gut my paper? I feel like that might be a typo. Maybe re-ask that question. So 11 by 11 is my cardstock, okay? The next piece that I'm going to put down is this pattern paper. It's a 4 by 6, so it's this one right here, okay? Right in here. So 1 inch down from the top and 1 inch in from the left, okay? So again, I've already sanded my edges because that's what I like to do. You don't have to, it's up to you. Okay. So even spacing in that corner there. Okay. Did I cut? Oh, I never cut out the middle of my paper. No way. I know that some of you like to do that to save your pieces. Cut out the center of the paper that we covered so you can use it on another layout. You totally can. I've never done that in my life, and I know lots of you do. I don't know why I've never done it. I've just never done it. So if you want to, you can. But I would be kind of careful on this one, to be honest with you. The only one I would do it on is this pattern. If you were going to do it, cut out in the middle of your pattern. Okay. Okay, so that 4x6 is up in that corner there. Down from the top, in from the bottom, 1 inch both. Lindsay, I cut out the centers last night so I could use the patterns from the back. That's great. Go ahead. You know what? I think probably too, you have to remember, I'm a retailer. I've been a retailer for forever. So I just use my paper. The goal is for me to sell more, buy more. Always has when you're a retailer. But as a consumer, I can see why you would totally want to do that. And that's a great money saving tip for sure. So yes, if you want to cut out the center of that paper, you go right ahead. Okay, next piece is going to be this one. So it's this heart piece right here. So this is 7 3/4 horizontal. So that's your side to side, and it's 8 vertical. Okay, your top to bottom is 8 vertical. Okay, so that one, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put that down in the bottom right corner. So it is going to overlap. It's the same. It's 1 inch in from the right, 1 inch up from the bottom. Okay, so I'm not measuring because I can kind of see where I want it to be, and that's where that's going to be. Okay, so that's where we're at so far. So we've got a 12 by 12 cardstock base. We've got an 11 1/4 by 11 1/4 pattern paper. Then we've got an 11 by 11 cardstock on top. We've got a 4 by 6, 1 inch down from the top, 1 inch in from the left. And then we've got a 7 3/4 horizontal by 8 vertical, 1 inch in from the right, 1 inch up from the bottom. Okay, is everybody at that spot? What was that size again? I should know. Yes, Trina. Trina, for those of you that don't know, Trina is on my team, and she actually does the digital side of things for me. So I create everything old school by hand. I design it all. I send it to Trina, and then Trina turns it into these stunning sketches that you see. And so she just asked me what a size was and said I should know, because she should know, because she actually did the digital size of this sketch. So did I answer your question? Let me know if I didn't answer your question. Okay, so now we're ready to start doing our photos. So these photos I'm actually working with, we had a social distance 70th birthday for my mom last week. This is hard, you guys. This whole not being able to see people is hard. I don't know. Anyway, we did it and we had a lot of fun, but it was hard. What was the... Sorry. So Scott just commented again, still in the middle of the Persian Gulf. Scott said, I lost you. I'm way behind. Scott, somehow I feel like you are probably never going to catch up with this. But thanks for trying. So we had this birthday for my mom, and these pictures are from the birthday. So we have like a little one of my little 2x2s. I don't know if you guys can see that, but see, we were like so far away. So we did our job. We stayed our 6 feet apart. It was really hard. But anyway, so these are the photos, 3x4, and they're going on top of my 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 inch cardstock mats. Okay. So take some time. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 are my photos. So 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. They're the size of my mats. I'm going to go ahead and just get all my photos on my mats. Okay. So 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 times 3. Okay. Is there a question? Jen, what is the size for the big one at the bottom? So this big floral, this one is 7 3/4 horizontal. So side to side, 7 3/4, and it's 8 vertical. Okay. 1 inch in from the right, 1 inch up the bottom. Does that help, Jamie? Okay. Lindsay says to Scott, I think you and Jeff is Scott's youngest brother. I think you and Jeff have upped your humor factor in all of this. Definitely brothers. Definitely brothers. Jeff is funnier than Scott, but Scott's getting funnier in his old age. He's going to be...
His old age.
How old is he going to be? How old am I going to be? It's my birthday this Thursday. I'm going to be 45, which is insane to me. So Scott's going to be 48. And Jeff is 10 years younger than him. So up from the bottom. Yeah, 1 inch up from the bottom, 1 inch in from the right, Jamie. Hey, Peaches, how are you? Thank you for joining. I wish I could see you guys. I know it seems so weird. I'm staring at a green dot on my computer, but I'm seeing you as you all comment. I'm seeing you. So fun. Okay, so how are we doing on our photos? Do we have our photos ready to start putting those on? Are we all matted? 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 on our smaller ones is our cardstock size. Notice I said 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 because that journal card or photo, if you choose to replace the journal card with a photo, that's going to be done on a patterned paper. Okay, so we're gonna go start putting Christine So Young. You're such a good friend. Okay, so I'm gonna put my first photo on, and it is this one. My mom, look at that. 70 years young. But here we put actually this picture. We didn't have a 70 and we didn't have 70 candles. So that's a question mark on her feet, which I thought was kind of funny. Okay, so go ahead and use your 3D foam if you want to. And why wouldn't you want to? That's weird. Definitely use your 3D foam. I always go 1 in every corner and 1 in the middle for good luck on my back. So remember, this photo is going down 2 inches from the top. I'm pretty sure that's what I said. I'm gonna recheck that. Yeah, 2 inches down from the top and a little under, so 3/4 of an inch in from the left edge of your base, okay? So remember I said it's just over this 4 by 6 photo here. So you're just coming off that paper, and then just down from the top, you've got a little bit showing at the bottom there. And then just stick it on. Okay. So 2 down from the top, 3/4 of an inch in from the left, raised up. Let me see, that's raised up. That's your starting point. So we are going to move on from that. Everything else on this layout is going to be built off of where you put that photo. Okay, sound good? Kate Morgan, not yet. You're not ready. Okay. Let me go over the measurements just one more time while you guys are getting your photos all together. 12 by 12 cardstock base, 11 1/4 by 11 1/4 pattern paper. Cut out the middle of it if you want, girls. Stick that down. Then 11 by 11 is your next cardstock, which is my black one. That one's centered as well. 4 by 6 on this pattern, 1 inch down from the top, 1 inch in from the left. 7 3/4 horizontal by 8 vertical. 1 inch in from the right, 1 inch up from the bottom. It does overlap this piece up here. And then you've got a 3 by 4 photo, and that's on a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 cardstock mat. I raised it. It's 2 inches down from the top, and it's 1 inch in from the left. Okay, and it slightly is off this edge, but it doesn't go all the way out to the cardstock edge. Does that make sense? Sherry, I'm trying to follow along, but my dog is sleeping on my lap and he's spoiled. Oh my God. I totally understand you. That's totally us, except that I closed my studio door because when all 4 of them start barking, it's a little obnoxious. So I'm hoping it doesn't happen again, but that's how you started with me this morning. Sorry, it was them all barking. Okay, ready? We can go on to the next picture. This is like watching a kid doing mime. This is not like watching a kid doing Minecraft. This is way better. Kendra's husband said, this is like watching a kid do Minecraft on YouTube. He is so wrong. He's so wrong.
He's in the kitchen.
But he is in the kitchen making me breakfast. Okay, well, at least he's doing that, Kendra. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, so got our 2 more 3x4 photos. Okay, this next one, you can see there's a slight bit of space between these 2 photos, and I'm just down from the top here, but I'm a little bit over top of this 4x6 photo. So this is going to be laid very similar to this one in that it's just off of your 4x6 pattern paper, but it's not right up to the edge of your cardstock. So you're 3/4 of an inch down. There's only about 1/8 of an inch in between these 2 photos, and it's flat, okay? So we're just over the top. We're leaving a little bit of space and sticking that one down, okay? You guys can see that? Okay. Next one is just gonna go right underneath it, okay? Right underneath it. Line it up underneath your bottom. And give yourself just that 1/8 of an inch as well, okay? All good? Move on to that one. Okay, so your 3x4 photos, matted, they should all be stuck down. The next pieces that we're gonna do are the little strips. So again, these can be the tear tabs off the bottom of your pattern paper. American Crafts does a really, really great job of having the strip on the border or the bottom side that's got the barcode. The back side is always a pattern paper from whatever collection you're using. Those are really great. Don't ever throw those out. Any kind of pattern paper strips that you want. If you buy the 12x12 sheets that have all of those multiple pieces, they do different widths of patterns from every piece in the collection. Always buy a couple of those. They can be from there. Washi tape is really great. The chip stickers, the 12-inch chip stickers that come with a lot of collections, you can use those. Whatever you want to use. A ribbon, if you wanted to use ribbon, you could use ribbon as well. One is 1 inch or 3/4 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch. This is really up to you. You're seeing them right here. This is the Craft in Gold XO. And then I have just 1/4 of an inch that's got hearts and arrows on it, okay? And that's right underneath. But again, this is your layout. Work with whatever you have, or if you have something like, when I find this one here, this one has hooray on it. This, I wanted to just have hooray. So I made sure that I just cut it to that width. So do whatever you like in there. And this is slightly overlapping the bottom of this photo. Okay, so they're by 11 because they're only going the width of your cardstock. So my black cardstock. So they're by 11. They're flat. Okay, so I don't have a measurement from the bottom up for you. I can get it if you like. But all I'm doing is just going right over the bottom of that photo. Okay, right over the bottom, side to side. Okay, that's my first one. So this collection that I'm using, this is from our brand new kit, the Celebrate kit, which, thank you all. The sales have been through the freaking roof in the last couple of days. You guys are gonna love getting these kits in the mail. Anything that was ordered over the past couple of days is going out either tomorrow afternoon, Monday afternoon, or Tuesday morning. We're only shipping once a week right now. So anything that came in over the weekend or comes in today, that'll go out either Monday afternoon or Tuesday morning. But these kits are phenomenal, you guys. And I know I made them, and it probably sounds weird for me to say that, but whatever. They're really good. I worked really hard to make sure that you had tons of product. So you are definitely getting value for your money for sure. I know that times are really tough for everybody, but there's price point for everyone. And I definitely want you to know when I make these kits as well, I always discount them. So these ones, the price that you're seeing is all 10 to 15% off the retail. Okay, so you're getting a really great value by purchasing kits where everything's already been put together for you. And then you're getting 2 new sketches that we've never used before. You're getting 2 new sketches in every kit. Okay, so they're all different. And then there's going to be lots of inspiration on the social media from myself and my team. We're going to be making lots of layouts with them. Okay, but this is from the Celebrate kit. Tons and tons of birthday, Mother's Day floral, all kinds of things. So 1/4 inch by 11, 1 inch by 11, or 3/4 inch by 11, whatever you want. Just flat right across the bottom there. Okay. Couple of questions. Round tables do not work well for sanding edges. They do not, Chris Rivers. When I use pop dots, I always worry about the picture. The bigger elements get a wavy after being in my album's long strips. If you notice with photos, new to popping anything up. Okay, Kendra, no. I can go back. I mean, I've obviously got tons and tons of albums. I've never had an issue. Obviously, if you're worried about those long strips popping them up, you either don't have to or just add a few more so that there's no like dips in them. I've never really had an issue. I use tons. It's pretty rare for me to not scrapbook without 3D foam. It's kind of a thing of mine. So no, I've never had an issue, but that's going to be a personal choice. It's up to you. Gina uses a plastic kitchen cutting board for sanding her edges. That's a really great tip as well. Emma, where is, just 2 seconds, I'm going to show you a couple. There's one right over there. I have probably 5 or 6 different boards that I use from all different. I've got a sewing one that I use, like one of those big that seamstresses use. I don't sew. It's in another life. I would love to. I'm one of those people that has a Pinterest board for things that I'm going to sew when I learn how to sew. This one is actually from, I know Julia and Glenn have this at the Paper and Ink Boutique for all you Calgary girls. This one you can order online. I don't carry this stuff. This is a Sizzix one, and it's got all the measurements everywhere. So you could use this for crafting, obviously, but if you do so, it would work well. And when I do it, I just put it right to the edge of my table. I take my pattern paper, take a sanding block, and it just goes right to the edge. Okay, I don't know if you can see that right on the edge. And all I do is pull it with an angle. So I'm just pulling the edge because all of your pattern paper is white core. So all you're doing, I'll pass that to you, my handy assistant. Thank you. All you're doing is just pulling the color off the edge of your paper, because all of your pattern paper is white core. Okay, so yes, a kitchen cutting board, that's a great tip, Chris. Lindsay, with the 3D foam, the paper curls a bit naturally and the page protector sort of, but not a proper problem or a concern. Can you hold the page up? I can see the strips better, please. Yes. Is that straight? So you're side to side of the cardstock, so they're by 11. Oops, sorry. I can't see them behind the paper. So they're by 11, and they're just slightly overlapping that bottom photo. Okay. Charlene, how am I printing my photos these days? So yes, at home. And I did talk about this a little bit last week. I'll go over it again this week for those of you that are just joining in. I generally don't print my photos anywhere but at home anymore. And if I do, I usually order them from Persnickety Prints in the States. But that's only if I'm using, or if I'm printing like a large amount, like if we've gone on a trip and I want to print 400 photos or whatever, that's the only time I'll do it, because you can get some really good deals online like that. At home, I have my Epson PictureMate 400. It is not an ad. I wish it was an ad. I wish they sponsored me. I'd love to get my ink and paper for free, because I promote this printer like crazy. It is the best printer I've ever used, and I've had 3. This is my 4th photo printer over the years. Obviously, I've been scrapbooking a long time. Just 2 seconds. What I'm doing right now, I'm raising up my little, oh, my mom's upside down. There. I'm raising up my little 2x2s. So 3D foam on the back. No, I did not pop up the strips, Jamie. Flat. Just put them flat. Yeah. 3D foam on my little 2x2s. Okay. So these guys, when I'm laying something down when I'm adhering photos like this, I lay them down first. I don't know if you guys can see that. I want to get my spacing correct. Okay. I went up in this corner here. I want to be able to see the pattern paper underneath. I want to be able to see the edges of my strips, but I also am overlapping in this bottom corner here. Okay. So that's going to depend for you, whatever photo you're using. So if you've got some action going on in this photo in this corner and you don't want to cover that up, just be aware of that and then just drop your photo down. Okay, it's totally fine. But if you're able to, go ahead and just slightly pop this up in the corner of this bottom photo. So I have some action in this photo, like I've got my mom's cake, I got a bottle of wine there. Oops, sorry. So I don't want to cover it up too much. So I'm probably going to move these photos a little bit down from like on this first one here. There was nothing going on in there that I didn't want to miss. But here, I don't want to miss out on the cake because I made the cake from scratch and it was really, really, really good. It was vanilla, from scratch vanilla. I keep saying from scratch because I feel like it's a big deal when you make it from scratch. There's so much more love. So it was a from scratch vanilla cake with, what did I have? I had homemade raspberry jam in between the layers. And I did it, you know those little pans? They're like this big and they get them in like a set of 5. I think Wilton makes them. And they're these tiny little cakes. So that's how they make those like tall, tiny cakes. So I made that. So it was 5 layers and it was homemade raspberry jam in between each layer. And then the icing was lemon, vanilla, buttercream. And then what else? Oh, and then I shredded white chocolate on the top of it. And then there was fresh raspberries on top. So pretty good. I was kind of impressed.
It was so good.
Yeah, it was so good.
So good.
Well, and then my parents didn't want to keep the rest of it. I think mostly because they didn't want to eat cake. I hope it wasn't because it wasn't good. But anyway, Emma was thrilled to bring it home, and I think she probably ate most of the rest of it. You got to remember, Emma's been away for a long time, so she's not used to having all of this baking, though she's become a very good baker in her own right.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Slightly overlapping. You see that? Yeah. Okay, so back to my Epson. So my Epson PictureMate 400. That is what I use. I do know that it was recently on sale on the Epson website, so you can check that out. It's a couple $100. I think it's like, I don't know, $250 or something. It pays for itself really quickly. I mean, you got to think, if you're sending your photos off and you're spending on average $40 or $50 for a big chunk of photos, that pays for itself pretty fast. What I love the most about it is that it's an app. Is my phone around here somewhere? I always say, if you're going to buy it, message me because I've done all the troubleshooting. The app that they tell you to get or to use or something with it, I never liked. So I ended up finding this one. So it's called Epson Creative Print. And when you open, it looks like that. Okay, so it's straight on my phone. And then I tap the collage button, and then it gives you all those options. So those of you, if you can see that, those of you that are always asking me with the different sizes, it lets me print, obviously 4x6 horizontal or vertical, 2 3x4s on one page, a 4x4 and a 2x4, 4 2x3s, 6 2x2s. So it just gives you all of these different options. And then that way, when you are working at home and you miss something, you want to change something or something like this. I mean, gosh, I posted the sketch a couple days ago, but maybe you didn't have time to, especially now that we're at home and we're all doing this virtually. It's a great option, you guys. And I was asked the other day if I replace my ink very often, and I don't. And I obviously print a lot of photos. I don't know. You would have to check on their website to see how many photos they're saying that a tank lasts for, but I don't. I always have an extra tank in my drawer, obviously, but I order them on Amazon. I found I've gotten really good prices, and then I got my 4x6 and my 5x7 paper. So Anyway, that's my favorite. How are we doing? Are we good? Can we move on from this one? I got mine from Vistex and Calgary City Employees. That, Jody, that's amazing. Good for you. Home baking championship, exactly. Lemon raspberry is my favorite combination. It was really good. Debbie, yes, actually, I'm going to put I've got a bunch of recipes. I know I've been really slow on the blogging side. I'm sorry. I've been just so busy working on all of these things for you guys that I have not posted my recipes, but I actually have some really wicked recipes. We've been doing so much cooking at home. So I will get those up. Yes, because it's good. And my cauliflower bite recipe is phenomenal. So I'm going to post that one too. Okay, so we're ready now for our journal card over here. So again, it's a 3x4 journal card. If you wanted to put a photo there instead, you for sure could. But that is where you're using that last piece of pattern paper that we asked for. So it's 3¼ by 4¼ and I'm just matting my journal card right on top of it. Okay, so right on top. I sanded the edges. You can if you want, you don't have to. Okay, so you see a little bit of pattern. And then this one I did not raise up. You can if you want, you don't have to. It's up to you. It would match your other photo really nicely though. Okay, and then so I did the same thing with this as I did with these two photos. It goes just off the pattern paper. It's just down, but just off the edge. So it goes just off the edge of the pattern paper, but it is still in from the cardstock base. Okay, so just in that little negative space there. Okay, got a little bit of space at the top, a little bit of space at the bottom.
Is that a llama?
That is a llama. It is a llama that says another year of wonderful.
That's so cute.
Isn't that cute? So again, this is from my Celebrate kit. I'm going to be honest with you. I have quite a few left of the Celebrate kit. So I'm just turning to see the stock, but I have quite a few left of the Celebrate, quite a few because I ordered more of that and more of the, which one? The moments, the capture moments. So I have quite a few of those. The other two, sorry, no, it's not true. The spring, Sweet Spring and Celebrate. We have quite a bit of stock still in those. The other two, I'm talking a handful. Like I would definitely less than 10, and I think one of them only has 5 left. So sales have been really, really brisk these last couple of days. People are loving getting these kits. So if you're wanting any of the new creative kits, I would suggest doing that in the next couple of days. And if you do it today or tomorrow, you'll be sure to get in on the shipment that goes out this week. Otherwise, it is going to wait until the following week. I'm just not going into the post office very often right now. So just keep that in mind. And there are lots and lots of singles. So if you don't want the kits or they're just not in your budget at the moment, that's so fine. But I did add a lot of thickers, stickers, embellishments. I've got a ton of cardstock that's going up. Probably tomorrow it'll go on the website. I'm just kind of looking to see. And I do have another order that just came in that is going to get put up here this week as well. I think that was all. Okay, anyway, back to this. Does anybody need, good morning, hi Janet. Good morning, Jackie, late to the party. It's all good. I'm going to post this, remember, same thing as last week. I will post my sheet. So I've got this sheet here for you that has everything. I just want to correct a little bit of text here where it said 4x4s. I want to change that to 4x6. Trina, if you're still watching, we'll make those changes hopefully today. And then I'll get this up for you. So then this will be online so that if you want to go ahead and do this at home, you can definitely do that. Robin, you use that app too. Yeah, it is great. It is definitely the best. Cardstock, Charlene. Yeah, I've got a bunch of new cardstock that I'm putting up. No, it's not restock, Kendra. It is cardstock. It's a few tools. It is some product for the Mink. So if you are a big Heidi Swap fan and you love what she's doing, like with her stamping and foil, I've got a bit of that. I've got the pads coming on. I've got the foil. There's a pen. Oh, some really great stencils. If you guys are, you know, like the mats, your doormats, and you can make your own with stencils. I've got a bunch of really cute stencils. Something else. Can't remember. Anyway, that'll be going up soon. Oh, I want to show you something else. So for those of you that complete the layout today and post for Wednesday, so again, when you are posting, you guys, you need to be posting it or tagging my business page. So the Jennifer Edwardson Creative Inc., my business Facebook page, and the Making More Memories is my business Instagram. You can tag me personally, that's fine. But I want you to please try to put it on the business page if you can. And the reason is that all of the other ladies that are scrapbooking, like everybody wants to see those layouts too. So if you put it on, you tag it and just post it right on my Facebook page. That way people can see it. We're trying to come up with some hashtags. There's a few of us that were talking about what are a couple of hashtags that we could use so that when you are on the social media, everything pulls up. So some of them you can use is my business name, Jennifer Edwardson Creative Inc., right? INC. It's not ink like as in writing ink. Ink is incorporated. You're really happy with this one. Good. I'm glad. Thanks, Kate. I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. Kendra, dot style cardstock. There's a handful of colors. Handful. So I think if you tag my business name, so hashtag Jennifer Edwardson Creative Inc., hashtag UYOP 2020. Okay, so every year, obviously use your own product, 2020. You can do that. I think probably those for now are good. If you guys have any other suggestions, let me know. Sunday morning, hashtag Sunday morning. Yeah, Sunday UYOP, UYOP 2020 live. I don't know. We need to come up with a couple. So any suggestions, I'm totally open to. Just that way, when you're searching these layouts, you can see them. Okay. So anyone that does this layout, completes this layout, and posts it and tags me, because I need to be able to see it to put your name in the draw, you are going to be entered to win. I love these totes. I had these made last year. Some of you have won some already. This is a really, really nice, like thick quality canvas tote. So it's got my business name on there. Okay, and inside, I've done an alpha collection. So you will see, if you are the big old winner, you're going to get these two 12 by 12 sticker sheets. You see, got 4 different alphas in there. And then this awesome Disney, this is from the Say Cheese 4 collection. These are chip stickers. And then these glitter thickers. You can see the glitter. So they're white glitter, kind of like an iridescent. So the winner of this layout is going to get this awesome tote and all of these alphas. Okay, awesome tote and all of the alphas. Posting mine now. Awesome. Thanks, Jasmine. So that is a great tote that you guys can win. JEC from home. That's a good one. Hashtag getting it done, Corley. I like that one. Can you guys still see me, everybody? Because I can't see. My video is gone, but just maybe someone send me a yes, you can, or no, you can't. Anyway, so again, post your layout on my social media, tag me, and you'll be entered to win. And again, same thing, I'll draw it Wednesday about noon. And what else did I have to tell you? Oh, and the online layout workshops, my Use Your Own Product online layout workshop. Okay, I posted one last week. It has been selling like gangbusters. You guys are amazing. You're clearly craving. Yes, you can see me. Okay, thanks, guys. Perfect. I can't see myself, which does not matter. I mean, unless I need to see something, tell me if there's something wrong. But anyway, so the Use Your Own Product 10 layout workshop, I've posted one. If you were in my February, March Use Your Own Product layout workshop at the Paper and Ink Boutique in Calgary, you have already seen these layouts. You've already taken them. Okay, so I posted 10 of them last week. The next 10 are going up this afternoon. It's half posted already. I just need to finish it and make it live for you guys. So that next 10, so those of you that took it, you've already taken these. This is not a class that you want to repurchase. So don't worry about that. Those of you that haven't, this is a fantastic workshop. Okay, there's 2 10 layout workshops. Great layouts. You get 10 sketches with the supplies required, 10 my layouts, my full color picture layouts of the 10 that I did based on the sketches, and all the instructions step by step how to do them. And you get a 30 to 40-minute video, depending on how quick I talk, I guess, because the last two videos were different times. But anyway, 30 to 40-minute video of me teaching you every one of the 10 layouts. Okay, so that's what you're getting. Great value, $25, and then that way you've got it all at home for your own personal use at home. So one is up. It's been selling like crazy. The next one's going up this afternoon, this evening. And then for all of you that have already taken this one, I have a brand new 10 layout workshop. I actually have 3 in the works right now, but the next brand new one should be done and up by next weekend. Okay, so that is the goal. Lindsay, anyone that has not taken them, you should. They were really, really, really awesome. A few took me out of the box and I love them. Thank you, Lindsay. Lindsay has been to, I think you have been to every single one of my your own product layout workshops that I've taught in Calgary in the last 4 years. She's been to all of them. Post on your Facebook or ours. You're going to post, you can post it on your social media, but you need to tag me. Yes, Jasmine. Okay. Post it on your social media, but tag me in it so that I can see and enter you in the contest. Okay. So I think that that was all I had for you. Does anybody need to see any more measurements or need to see the layout again? I'll post here. I'll put this one right here. Okay. I will post this sheet again. I will post that up this afternoon so that you've got all of that. And again, numbers on the kits. Some of them are almost sold out. Some of them I had double stock on, so you've got an extra opportunity to buy those. And then those 10 layout workshops. I think that was all I had. About what time tomorrow will the card stock be up on the site? It might even be up tonight, Charlene. I have a bunch of recycling to do this afternoon, and I promised my children that that is what we were going to do today. And I know that that sounds really bizarre, but I have to be honest, the only place I've been in 6 weeks is the vet. And even then, they don't even let you go into the vet. They come out and get your dog. So I've not been anywhere. And what I mean by that is that I have put off the recycling for 6 weeks. We have to go and deal with that today. So I promised it is time. So I promised the kids that we were going to do that this afternoon and do a little bit of organizing. Oh, and you know what we did? I don't know if any of you saw yesterday. We heated our pool. So we bought a heater. We spent all last week. We had to excavators were here and the natural gas and all of the things. But we heated that pool. We got in it yesterday. It was like a bathtub. We had it to 90. I think it needs to come down a little bit. But anyway, so that's been our big, exciting splurge for this. Scott and I really, really want to do that for the kids. So we're going to swim again today too. So that's a really long way of telling you they might be up today, but it depends on how my recycling and my swim in the hot pool goes. Awesome instructions. Awesome. Are any of these kits going to be at the Paper and Ink Boutique? That is something that I am not sure. I know that Julia and Glenn were considering bringing some of these in. They have not contacted me about a decision yet, so I cannot say for sure one way or the other. I will say though, the Let's Stay Home and the Capture Moments, I don't have enough of them to send out. They sold so fast, you guys. So if you want either of those two, I would just order them through me and I'll get them shipped out to you. The other ones, I do have lots in both, so I definitely could send some of those out to Julie and Glenn. Can I include a tip or a trick in each online class? I gave you about 5 for sure today, but I definitely am going to be structuring the classes, trying to give you a little bit more information every time. But these are definitely a use your own product workshop based on my sketches. But I will try to incorporate some things that I always do in each one. I hope that answers that question. Sounds amazing. Can you adopt me? Sure, Kathy. I would love to have all of you come over. Jealous of the pool. Yeah, honestly, it was a really important thing for Scott and I to have the pool. We actually bought this house specifically because we could put the pool in the back the way that we did. And having the heater, it was something we put off for a really long time. It was definitely a splurge on our part, but it's going to be used. I think for us, being on the island, it gets really warm. We're in a valley, so it gets really warm in the summer. But if you don't have a really, really good summer, I mean, even like last year, I could count the days. I don't get in it unless it's quite warm. But even the kids, it was pretty cool last year. Like we just didn't feel that for the investment of the pool, we didn't feel we were getting enough use out of it every year. So we decided to make the investment on the heater. And one day, and I can tell you, it's the best thing we could have done for sure. We can absolutely, I do have a double layout for sure. We're for sure going to do a double layout on a Sunday. So that will definitely be something that we do. Do remember though, these sketches, we're doing it one way. You can do it like 4 ways. So don't be afraid. I know we had a couple ladies last week that turned the single into a double just on their own. So don't be afraid to do that. But I am for sure going to do a double with you on a Sunday. You betcha. I think I answered everybody's questions. If I didn't, get it in real quick before I say goodbye and tell you to have an awesome Sunday. Thank you so much for coming back. Thank you for all of your excitement and amazing positive comments. You have no idea how much it filled me up last week. I was really, really nervous about doing this. Obviously, it's something, Facebook Lives are old. I know I'm so new to this game. I'm way behind. But it was something that I was uncomfortable with. And I definitely am thankful that you guys pushed me out of my comfort zone because it's been a lot of fun and I'm really loving interacting with you every week. So thanks again for pushing me to get on here with you guys. It's definitely going to be a Sunday thing for hopefully a while. I mean, we're all home unless, like I said, I think I might be battling a little bit with the church times, but you can see them online later. You can watch it after. Okay. So thank you guys so much. I hope I answered all your questions. If I didn't, message me again. I will go through all of these comments again later this afternoon as well. So if I did miss something, I will answer you online. So make sure that you watch for that. And this is going to get posted here real quick. I think that's it. I hope you guys have an amazing Sunday. And thank you again for allowing Emma and I to get dressed up today. We really appreciate that. Okay, have an awesome day. Till next weekend. Bye.